Dear participants, our event will begin in 10 minutes. Reminder to all participants, we will send out the link attendance at the end of the program. Don't forget to fill in to claim your e-certificates.
Assalamualaikum and salam UITM di hatiku. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the United Team, we welcome you to Career Talk 2021. We hope you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, my name is Nabila,
And I'm Suhaila.
and we are your hosts for tonight's talk.
The objective of tonight's talk is to give knowledge about the government and non-government sectors. Hence, it could be helpful and beneficial for them in the favor of finding jobs in the future.
Before we proceed into the main event, let's all rise out for negaraku and wawasan setia warga UITM.
Thank you everyone for your amazing spirits.
So, Suhaila, what are you going to do when you graduate from university?
Well, Nabila, when I graduate, I want to be a financial analyst. I would love to proceed with my career path in the financial field. Nevertheless, it will also be beneficial to me since I will get paid a lot.
Wow, that sounds great. For me, I want to be an accountant. You know how great it is to enter a big four company, but I bet it will be stressful. So I'm still confused whether to choose to enter the government or non-government sector.
I am also confused with my own choice. Therefore, I would like to dive into more concrete factors on why I should decide to work in the government or non government sector. So, to help us more with the topic, we would like to welcome our guest speaker for tonight's event.
He is the lecturer of the Faculty of Business Management in UiTM Cawangan Terengganu Campus Tumon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Azizul Azhan.
All right. Rani, you want to say something?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's talk. How are you feeling today? I heard most students in your item call you Sir Joe.
Yeah.
Would it be comfortable for you if we were to address you as Sir Joe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sergio, okay. All right. I am afraid that I don't see how many participants are for tonight. How many of you are? Are you recording this anyway? Is this being recorded?
Sir, actually, we are live in YouTube, our YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. That's the part that I could not access. Okay, so I could not see that. All right, I could only see 5 of us. We are here, right? But so I assume that we have more than 5, and I'm not sure who's the other participant anyway. Who's the presenter for? On the, I think that would be on the perspective of private organization. Who's that? Can you give me the name? Nama orang yang in charge. Do you? All right, hold on. Do I need to press on present now button right now, or I can present just like this? Nabila?
You can present like that, sir.
Okay, so no button to press. Okay, tak payah tukar apa-apa.
No.
Okay, the setting is correct. Okay, but now I want to show you several pictures. Maybe this is a little bit extreme, and I'm not sure. I think you would be able to recognize most of the faces. Okay, I have few faces that I want to show you, and we start with the first one. All right, you know this guy?
Yes.
All right, popularly known as Atok. Okay, and he's Tun Dr. Mahathir, the Prime Minister of Malaysia for at least what do you call that? Twice, okay? He was the Prime Minister for 2 times, okay? I would say that's a record of worldwide record as well, okay? And you should know that Tun is also the oldest Prime Minister in the world, okay? Or the oldest in terms of record, okay? Even though he's not the Prime Minister right now. What I want to tell you is that he was a government servant. All right. Earlier in his career, he was a medical doctor. He's also used to be a teacher. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, that's guru besar. Baik. Now, and I'm not sure how old could you say as his retirement age, because when he retired during the first tenure as the PM, he was already, I believe, 76. Okay, 76. And later, the first time he retired, he joined back in 2018. Okay, 2018. So now, I believe he's still as strong as before. Okay, close to 100 years old. And this is one example of bekas penjawat awam. All right, or I should say that he's a negarawan. Okay, negarawan. Jadi contoh penjawat awam yang sangat berjaya lah. Contoh penjawat awam yang sangat berjaya. Baik. What do you expect if you work for 30 years or 40 years, okay? And to Dr. Mahathir, as far as I'm concerned, definitely he is enjoying very good retirement package, all right? Other than being the Prime Minister or ex-Prime Minister, I'm not saying that he has several businesses, but I can tell you that part of the family owns several businesses throughout Malaysia. Okay. Now let's go to the other page I have right here. Maybe this is not quite familiar to you. Okay. So I'm not sharing any other screen other than what I have in my hand. Okay. This is Tan Sri Mustafa Kamal, and he used to be a government servant as well. From the government servant, he quit, and later he has his own company. Okay, and this is in real estate. Real estate. Okay, nama syarikat dia lebih dikenali dengan MK. I believe the spelling is EMKAY. Okay, MK, short term for Mustafa Kamal. Okay, Mustafa Kamal. So one man who could be successful in government sector, and when he started on his own, he's also successful in his own venture. All right, that's Tan Sri Mustafa Kamal. Next, this is another face that maybe youngsters, okay, young generation are not familiar with. All right, ini ialah bekas magistrate kerajaan, Tun Daim Zainuddin. Used to be ministers. Okay, several. I believe the last position must be Ministry of Finance. Okay, Ministry of Finance, and right now he is considered as a businessman. Okay, I'm not sure how old he is. He must be just a little bit younger than Tun. Okay, or must be in his 80s. Okay, so seorang pejabat awam menggunakan kepakaran dia dalam bidang kerajaan. Once he quit that, he could start his own venture and be successful as well. Okay, so that's Tun Daim Zainuddin. By the way, the names that I mentioned to you, okay, I believe you can get books on them, okay, like biography, okay, or lots of discussion on how they made it. All right, let's see. Okay, by the way, Tun Daim Zainuddin, okay, he's known as Technocrat. TECHNOCRAT, okay, Technocrat, a person with scientific or technical knowledge. Right, that's Tan Sri Tun Daim Zainuddin, okay. And this is another man. Okay, pernah tengok ke tak ni? And this is gambar Allah Yarham Tan Sri Jamaluddin Jarjis. Tan Sri Jamaluddin Jarjis, he was the opposite of that. He was a businessman first. Okay, businessman first. Then he joined the government, right? And I was saying Allah Yarham. Okay, so he died during his service. Okay, meninggal sebelum sempat pincin kerajaan lah. Meninggal semasa masih bertugas. And what's so interesting about this guy is that he's already a successful businessman. He joined the government, also a successful negarawan. Okay, I would say successful politician as well. And he left a huge legacy. Okay, if you follow court cases, you might have seen his name or the case. Okay, nothing to say that he's wrong, but because he left just way too much money. Okay, it's in $billion figure. Okay, jumlah dia ialah $1 billion, bukan daripada hasil berkhidmat dengan kerajaan. You cannot do that. It's wrong to do that. But he was a businessman before he joined the government. That's Tan Sri Jamaluddin Jarjis, Allah Yarham. Okay, and this is another man. I'm not sure, maybe you call Atok as well. Okay, but pesara tentera. Okay, he retired from the army. He did several businesses, but now he is known as what? I would say maybe you have heard of another airline which is different than AirAsia or Malaysian Airline. Okay, so he is the boss of Westar. Okay, menggunakan kepakaran dalam ketenteraan, berhenti dari kerajaan. That's called Besara. Okay, Besara, and he had several ventures, and his biggest venture, I would say, Westar, syarikat penerbangan swasta. Okay, among the biggest job or contract job is sending oil and gas employees to offshore. Okay, this is Tan Sri Said Azman. Okay, so daripada pesara kerajaan menjadi usahawan. Okay, alright. This is another man. Maybe my choices of men for tonight is a bit extreme, okay? And this is a businessman turn what? Turn as government servant. Okay, government servant. Last post I believe must be Minister of KL. Okay, Menteri Wilayah Sekutuan. Alright. Abaikan court cases. I'm not looking into that. Okay, ada beberapa court cases. What I'm saying is that he brought lots of experience from his corporate life into government, and he's also considered as successful government servant. Okay. Now, what I was saying is that I'm not giving you the conclusion regarding the man or the people that I have shared with you. Okay, you need to bring your own conclusion. So let's take a look at what we have. I'm not saying that I am pro-government or I go with the private institution. Okay, so I'm telling you a little bit about my experience. You need to listen to this. I don't have any visual aid for you. It's simple. Maybe I would give you 3 simple stories. Okay, 3 cerita ringkas. Okay, one. Just we live about the man that I have shown you just now. The first one, I have an uncle who used to be a primary school teacher, okay? And he passed away in 1995, 1995. I believe you were not even born during that time, 1995, okay? Unless maybe for the other presenter, which I have yet to know. Or maybe other participant, okay? Older participant, okay? So what happened to my uncle? He passed away right after he retired, okay? Recently retired, okay? Few, I would say like maybe 1 year after he retired, he passed away. Now, he left 11 kids, 11 anak dia, okay? And waktu tu, 95, I would say that all the kids are, except for the last few kids, okay? They were still in high school, okay? Yang lain semua dah besar lah. So, what I want to tell you, 11 orang anak, 11, tak cukup tangan nak terangkan 11. He had a wife, a housewife, okay? Jadi yang ditinggalkan ialah 11 campur 1 lah, 12. Now, point being, out of 11, daripada 11, the 10, okay, anak yang ke-10, she is Down syndrome. She has Down syndrome, okay? Down syndrome patient. So, what I'm saying, 1995 up to 2021, okay? COVID dah 2 tahun. My aunt, okay, my auntie, okay, she passed away in 2016. She's not a working lady. She's a housewife. Point being, 2021 minus 1995. Anak ke-10 tadi, Down syndrome, masih merasai hasil duit pencen bapaknya. So you calculate sendiri. I don't have a calculator for you. Okay, it's a simple mathematics. All right, 21 plus 5. Okay, is it 26 years old? 26 years, bukan 26 years old. Okay, the lady that has been receiving the father's pension, she already passed 40 years of age. Panjang umur dia. Okay, kakak makcik Down syndrome ni sudah pun melepasi umur 40, and he lives entirely on the father's pension. Alright, jadi sudah meninggal, masih dapat hasil sumbangan bapaknya yang sudah pun kembali ke alam barzah. Alright, second story, done on that. Maybe you want to prepare a question as well. I would try my best to answer maybe all of them, okay? Inshallah, hopefully. Alright, second question. One of the employees in Putrajaya, okay, you just assume a common office setting. Most people in what do you call this? They are public servant, okay? Most employees are Malay Muslim, all right? But then there is another guy. He's a Chinese. I'm not telling you the exact position, but kalau dulu kita panggil kerani lah, okay? Yeah, he's an officer. So it's rare to see a Chinese officer working for, I would say, level what do you call that? Dia bukan level professional, okay? Dia level bawah lah, bawah. Dia ada tingkat-tingkat pekerjaan ni. Now, what happened to him? Seorang lelaki berbangsa Cina, penjawat awam, kita panggil kumpulan pelaksana, okay? Kumpulan pelaksana. That means that this is not high salary, okay? It's not like professional salary. But he could take a long unpaid leave, okay? Dalam masa setahun tu dia kerap mengambil satu tempoh yang kerap maksudnya sepanjang kerjaya dia lah, okay? Bukannya kerap ambil setiap tahun. Jadi he took prolonged leave from the work, unpaid, not being paid, okay? Cuti tanpa gaji. So what's so interesting is that later the boss found out, which is not against the law or not against the employer's rules, okay? Cuti tanpa gaji, he has durian orchard giving him 300,000 per season, okay? So I'm not saying that's a net income, okay? It could be a gross income, okay? So seorang pejabat awam gaji rendah sahaja, jawatan rendah, tapi sebab ada kelebihan dapat cuti tanpa gaji, so he used that. And why he has to be in the government? So in the government there are other aspects that he could not get outside the government. Okay, maybe you will listen to this later. So mungkin di pejabatnya dia sebenarnya lebih senang berbanding dengan bosnya yang bergaji maybe 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, even 12,000, okay? Because in one season he could make 300,000, okay? So how many Nabila, how many stories already? Nanti expect, huh? 3? Is that 3? 2? Alright, let me think of if I have another one, okay? I have another one, which is, listen closely. This is different than public servant, penjawat awam kerajaan Malaysia. This guy is an employee of a private institution, okay? Private company. And he is not satisfied at his work. But he's already in the 40s, okay? Early 40 years old. Umur dah cecah 40. Tidak berpuas hati. Guys, maybe you pernah belajar job satisfaction, okay? Maybe that's in human resource, in management, right? So he wanted to leave. And after discussing that with the wife, okay? They agreed, dia boleh berhenti. So this is what we call job switching. Bertukar majikan dan tempat kerja, okay? Now, when you change job, you cannot have two employer at the same time. It's wrong. Regardless, okay? Government, swasta, dua-dua tidak boleh ada dua majikan pada satu masa. Kecuali anda ialah freelancer, okay? Ambil job. Baik, point dia. Semasa pertukaran, okay? He has not yet received confirmation of office. Belum disahkan jawatan. And dia jatuh, okay? Bukan drop dead. Drop, tak meninggal, okay? Tak meninggal ni, di Malaysia ni selalu kita dengar penyakit kritikal seperti jantung dan juga stroke, okay? Jantung dan juga stroke. Dua tempat beza, okay? Stroke kat kepala, jantung kat dada lah, okay? Now, he got stroke, okay? He got stroke. Ada orang meninggal terus, ada orang could be minor stroke. Jadi point dia, belum disahkan jawatan dalam kerjaya barunya, so actually he has no benefit. Jadi dia tidak mendapat faedah di tempat barulah sebab dia baru bekerja. Kita panggil like what? I miss the word, okay? There is a word for that. Alright, back. Now, if you have question, make sure you prepare that, okay? Put it somewhere. Maybe you can write that. I have several things that I can show to you. Okay, this is prepared by my friends as well. Okay, I have special thanks to Tuan Haji Shamsul Nizam. Okay, because I'm not in Putrajaya. Okay, so boleh nampak ke tak nampak tak apalah. Okay, but I'm mentioning his name. This is from JPA. If you want anything regarding government job. Okay, these are the people that you can go to. Okay, so saya bacakan untuk anda lah beberapa. Okay. So bila cakap kerja kerajaan, selalu kita ingat federal government, okay? It's not necessarily with the federal government. You have other people that can get you to get the job, okay? Who are they? Maybe you pernah dengar, maybe you tak pernah dengar. First one, Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Awam, SPA. Next, number 2. Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Pelajaran, SPP. Alright, why there are so many differences? Because you are applying for different type of government job. Pekerjaan kerajaan ni banyak jenis because we are the largest employer in Malaysia. Okay, right now we have about 1.7, okay, 1.6 to 1.7 million people. Just imagine how much billion it takes to pay government employees salary per month. Okay, sangat banyak, besar jumlah dia. Okay, right, number 3. Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Kehakiman dan Perundangan, SPKP. Okay, maybe berkait dengan lawyer, berkait dengan hakim dan jawatan-jawatan berkait dengan mahkamah. Alright, next, you know what? You have a diploma, you have a degree, much better. You can apply with Suruhanjaya Pasukan Polis. Okay, dia ada jawatan yang I would say pegawai lah. Okay, pegawai. Lagi satu, Majlis Angkatan Tentera, MAT. Okay, MAT, Majlis Angkatan Tentera. Baik, itu yang federal. Yang kerajaan negeri banyak juga. Okay, jadi kalau anda minta dengan kerajaan negeri, kena pandai ke website ataupun pejabat di bawah kerajaan negeri. Okay, so bukan persekutuan, tak pakai iPad. Okay, bukan persekutuan, ikut kerajaan negeri masing-masing. Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang. Okay, they have different laws. Atira tak nampak muka. How many minutes do I have? I need to check my minutes. I am afraid that I would exceed. Nabila, what do you think?
You have another 30 minutes.
Whoa, 30 or 13?
30.
30, alright, baik. Moving on, okay. So, maybe you have family members, okay. Family members, tidak semestinya cikgu, pegawai bomba, pegawai polis, itu ialah federal. Yang lain juga seperti saya, Sejo, dengan UiTM, okay. So, UiTM, Badan Berkanun Persekutuan, okay. Contoh, IPTA lah, okay. IPTA bukan hanya jawatan akademik, banyak jawatan dia di bawah IPTA. Sekarang ni kemasukan ikut universiti masing-masing. Selain daripada itu, okay, Badan Berkanun Persekutuan. Badan Berkanun Persekutuan. Felda. Felkra. Okay, Felda. Bukan hanya tentang tanam sawit, ambil buah sawit jadi minyak sawit. Tidak, okay. Sangat besar skop dia, okay. So you need to check the website so to study what do they offer, okay. It's huge. Telkra, okay. Itu satu lagi. Badan Berkanun Negeri, ikut negeri masing-masing pula. Tadi persekutuan. Kejora, okay. Majlis Agama Islam, okay. MAIS, okay, banyak. Dan juga satu lagi yang pakai baju what do you call that? Uniform, okay. Uniform, alright. Selalunya blue black ataupun dark blue, okay. DBKL, MPSJ, MPKT, MDT, alright. These are also considered as government job, but that's based on pihak berkuasa tempatan. Okay. Saya kena ringkaskan sebab nanti takut dia jadi detail, okay. Sebab I want to match to your age group, okay. Alright. Why? What's the difference in terms of pay? If you compare in terms of pay, I can say that generally in government, the pay starts much lower than the private institution. Right? Macam mana nak bagi contoh kalau pekerjaan dengan kelulusan yang sama, same qualification, same work experience, if you join, let's say there are twins, okay, dua orang adik-beradik kelulusan sama semua sekali, lebih kurang saja sama, seorang join private, seorang join kerajaan. Generally you can say that in private sector, okay, they would make much more money. Dari segi salary lah, salary-nya lebih besar. Okay, so suatu ketika dahulu kerajaan Malaysia kena ada tarikan untuk bagi orang suka masuk kerajaan. Sebab kalau tak menarik, nanti semua nak join swasta. Dari situ ada satu term, okay, nama dia Allowance Critical. Allowance Critical, okay. Dulu. Sekarang masih ada lagi. Contohnya Allowance Doctor, Allowance Critical. Lagi cikgu yang dihantar jauh-jauh, okay. Contohnya kerja pedalaman. Alright, baik. To make it interesting, right now, the Government of Malaysia, Tingkatan Kumpulan Perkhidmatan, Tingkatan Kumpulan Perkhidmatan, okay. Jadi gaji berdasarkan dengan kelulusan, kelayakan, pengalaman masing-masing. Okay, so I'm giving to you several of the, what do you call that, the position, okay, or the categories of the post. Alright, pengurusan tertinggi, pihak yang gaji selalunya you nampak senior man, senior ladies, okay, orang yang dah berumur 50-an, okay, ataupun even more than that, okay, orang yang disambung balik lepas pencen pun ada, okay. So kita ada title seperti Jusasi hingga Turus, okay, Turus 1. Ini gaji memang mind blowing lah kepada staff seperti saya, okay. Dia cecah belas ribu, 20,000 ke atas ada, okay. And then pengurusan dan profesional, okay. Contohnya orang yang ada kelayakan seperti master's degree, PhD, or even degree, okay, boleh dengan degree. Grade 41 hingga grade 46. Okay, kerajaan boleh juga tanpa ada diploma dan degree, okay. Contoh, kumpulan pelaksana. Okay, by the way, lupa, okay. Diploma dan STPM, okay, dia ada grade dia, okay, untuk diploma dan STPM. Di bawah daripada tu, kelayakan SPM, grade 19 hingga grade 28, okay. Saya tak nak detail sangat sebab nanti semua ini you can check from JPA's website, okay, dia ada portal dia. Baik, what else can I tell about this, okay? So I want to tell you that how do you get government's job? It's based on skim perkhidmatan, okay? We call it skim perkhidmatan. Okay? Skim perkhidmatan ni macam surat beranak lah, okay? It's your birth rate, not birth rate, okay? What do you call that? Birth certificate, okay? Birth certificate. Contoh apa dia contoh? Kelayakan, alright? Kelayakan lagi. Okay, inilah classification dia. Classification dia ada mestilah rakyat Malaysia, umur sekian-sekian, kelayakan masuk minima dan gaji permulaan. Okay, maybe you heard about the current issues in Malaysia. Okay, how do you survive with minimum government salary? And I can tell you that the minimum government salary right now is 1,200. Okay, RM1,200. Okay, kalau kerja supermarket ataupun you kerja di McDonald, Flip Burgers, agak-agak berapa you boleh dapat? Okay, not surprising if you can make much more than that. What's more, you have overtime, okay? Dalam kerajaan, saya tak pernah tengok kawan saya ambil overtime, right? But if you go for private sectors, okay, they should have that. You are paid based on your time given in the job. Baik, right? Contoh, nak bagi you suka bidang akademik. I have one example right here, but I cannot share screen with you. I'm just maybe reading to you. Gaji skim pensyarah universiti, okay? Gaji skim pensyarah universiti, okay? The starting point kat sini. Gaji minimum. Ada rate dia, okay? SSM 40. SSM 401, okay? DS 45, RM3,070. RM3,070. By the way, I just mentioned the salary, but in the government, when people want to join the government, just now I mentioned that you have allowance apa tadi? Critical. Allowance critical, okay? Bukan untuk semua pejabat awam. Dia tengok bidang dia. Lagi? Seperti guru, pegawai bomba, nurse, okay? We have COLA, Cost of Living Allowance, okay? Contohnya, jika anda bekerja di bandar, allowance anda lebih tinggi daripada bekerja di kampung yang kos dia lebih rendah. Right? COLA. Saya rasa tak ada di swasta, okay? COLA. Ataupun ada beza dari segi terma dia. Right? Baik. What about this? One thing for you is that when the salary is not that much, but you make more on allowances. Okay? Ada duit lebih. Jadi, anda masih perlu membayar cukai kerajaan. Jadi, bila gaji rendah tu sebenarnya, kalau dari segi matematiknya, dia ada had minima untuk tidak bayar cukai. Kalau term saya betul lah, okay? Maknanya ialah jika you belum melepasi tahap tertentu, anda sebenarnya tak perlu lagi membayar cukai, okay? Alright. So saya tak sure dengan gaji 1,200 tadi. Right? Sebab nanti dia ada kaitan dengan maybe adakah let's say pasangan, okay, yang couple ni sudah pun menikah, adakah seorang sahaja bekerja dengan kerajaan, seorang sahaja bekerja dan dia bekerja dengan kerajaan, seorang lagi tidak bekerja. Okay? So itu kena check di HDN. What I'm saying is that when you have allowances, it helps because your tax to the government, okay, yang dibayar kepada lembaga hasil dalam negeri ialah berdasarkan gaji, bukan berdasarkan allowance. Okay? Dia ada matematik dia. Baik. Next, we go to what else can I show you? Don't be surprised. You diploma atau degree, you masih boleh join bidang perguruan, okay? Contoh guru. Gaji minimum kat sini DG 29 1698. Bunyi macam sikit je. But as you progress, you will go to gaji maksimum, okay? Untuk level yang paling rendah ni, DG 29 RM5,717. Itu ialah level gaji maksimum, level paling rendah. Dan apa yang saya nak cakap, of course, when you join government, you have lots of chances for furthering your studies, getting more, what do you call that? Kenaikan pangkat, okay? Now, what I have right here, gaji maksimum, okay? DG 40. Saya nak cakap guru besar maybe tidak semestinya, okay? Tidak semestinya guru besar. You kena check dengan tadi Suruhanjaya. Suruhanjaya apa tadi? Yang berkait dengan pendidikan, okay? So, gaji dia. Dengar baik-baik. Kalau jumpa cikgu jangan tanya, nanti kena marah. Baik. So, kalau dia family member, ada banyak cara bertanya tanpa tanya direct. Okay? Dalam Islam dan juga dalam budaya kita, you are not supposed to ask anything regarding money. That's a taboo, okay? Right, gaji maksimum DG 40 RM8,978. Gaji belum masuk allowance lagi. Gaji, okay? Selalunya umur dah senior lah, okay? Mungkin 40, akhir 40-an, mungkin dah 50-an, just before you retire, okay? By the way, retirement age in Malaysia for government selalunya disebut dua pilihan, 58 or 60. Saya tak tahu masa akan datang, okay? 58 or 60, that's your choice. Alright. Jadi satu lagi, okay? Maybe saya tak letak susunan dia kat sini. In government sector, you definitely will have increment every year. Kenaikan gaji setiap tahun. When you join private sector, kenaikan depends on your performance. Definitely, because they are competitive, okay? The work culture is competitive at private sector. Then not companies are thriving, okay? Dan you tengok zaman COVID, how many shops, how many businesses are being closed down. Alright, they are badly affected. Jadi jangankan fikir bonus, kenaikan pun belum tentu lagi. Depends pada syarikat tersebut lah. But anyway, that's your choice if you want to join like big companies like MNC, multinational corporation, okay? Ataupun kalau bukan MNC, ada banyak lagi jenis-jenis perniagaan yang lebih secure lah berbanding dengan syarikat enterprise ataupun syarikat yang baru bermula. Baik. Alright, so itu tentang gaji cikgu. Belum habis lagi, ada lagi. Kumpulan pengurusan profesional Kumpulan pengurusan profesional. Ini contoh bidang apa ni? Contoh dia, bidang dia banyak, okey. Nanti saya bacakan sedikit nama bidang dia. Alright. Ini ialah bidang pengurusan dan profesional, okey. Seperti I would say kelulusan profesional lah, seperti arkitek, engineer. Tapi bekerja dengan kerajaan, okey. Kat mana dia kerja? Terlampau banyak. Okey, terlampau banyak. Contohnya ialah seperti JKR, apa lagi selain daripada tu? Banyak, okey. Alright, so I pick the lowest grade kat sini, SSM 401, DG 41,000 lah dipanggil kat sini, okey. Gaji minimum starting 2188, 2188. Assuming you baru grad, I think you can live alone, okay. You don't have a family, no husband, no kids, no wife, alright. And it will be incremental, alright, as you go. Gaji maksimum untuk jawatan pengurusan profesional paling rendah ni, paling bawah ni, 9,500 RM9,552. 9,000, okay? Baik, and I pick DG54, professional paling tinggi. Professional paling tinggi, okay? Starting salary RM6,080. 6,000 permulaan dia. Okay, selalunya orang, I would say that you are already 30 plus. Okay, selalunya lah. Maximum 13,000. 13,000, okay? Of course, dia ikut kelayakan akademik dan juga experience, okay? Alright. Lagi satu apa yang saya boleh tambah tentang gaji ni. Later when you retire, depends on years of service, berapa lamakah perkhidmatan anda, ada matematik dia, okay? Anda boleh mendapat pension, okay? Pension plan. 60% of your last salary. Jadi bila dah pension, you tak payah pergi kerja. Bila tak payah pergi kerja, duduk rumah lah. Provided you are, actually you already have plans, okay? You ada banyak plan nak buat, masa banyak, umur 58, you nak travel dunia, you nak jaga cucu, you nak start business sendiri, I don't know, okay? Baik, saya ambil umur pension 58 tadi, okay? So, you darab lah 13,000 tadi, angka yang ada kat sini lah 13,144. You darab 60%. 13 bahagi 2, berapa? 13 bagi 2 berapa? 12 bagi 2, 6, okay? So 60% definitely duduk rumah sahaja pada umur pension, anda sudah pun mendapat 7,000 setiap bulan. Ini ialah best scenario, okay? Jawatan profesional. 7,000 sebulan tak buat apa. Guys, sebab tu ramai orang muda suka mak bapak dia kerja government sebab mak bapak sampai duit nak kahwin pun masih minta dengan mak bapak lagi, okey. Sebab mak bapak dia dah kerja berapa? 30 tahun, 35 tahun, okey. Jadi dia bersara sebagai pegawai kerajaan yang berjaya lah, okey, dalam kerjaya dia. Alright, ada tak kat sini? Maybe ada, okey. Hopefully ada. Alright, baik. Saya nak sebut nama apa ni? Nama bidang dia, okey, nama bidang. Baik. Tidak semestinya jadi cikgu, pegawai bomba ataupun yang berkait tu sajalah. Baik. So maybe this is much clearer to you. I'm using my screen right now. These are the field, okay? Klasifikasi perkhidmatan, nampak ke tidak? Klasifikasi perkhidmatan. So, pengangkutan ada bidang dia, okay? Bakat dan seni ada, sains, pendidikan, ekonomi, pertanian ada, okay? Kemahiran, kejuruteraan, keselamatan dan pertahanan awam, perundangan dan kehakiman, takbir dan diplomatik, pentadbiran dan sokongan, okay? Inilah kategori yang ada bawah kerajaan. Baik. Now, let's go to allowance dan kemudahan wajib terima. Allowance dan kemudahan wajib terima. Selain daripada gaji tadi, apa nama bayaran kerajaan kepada anda, okay? Satu, perumahan. You get allowances for your housing. Kalau rumah sewa, at least you boleh bayar rumah sewa ataupun partially of your rental depending on where you live. Right? Okay. Next, I just mentioned COLA. Okay. Selalu disebut COLA. Cost of living allowances. Okay. So if you live in big cities like KL, maybe Putrajaya, JB, okay, your COLA would be higher than your counterparts living in smaller cities. Like maybe Kuala Berang, okay, ataupun Lungon maybe, right? And then you have khidmat awam or keraian, okay. Jadi you ajak kawan minum makan, sebenarnya kerajaan yang tolong bagi duit. You boleh belanja kawan. You nak simpan dalam poket sendiri pun boleh juga, alright? Baik, ini untuk kerajaan. Untuk swasta sebenarnya ada juga, tapi dia bergantung kepada majikan masing-masing, okay. Saya tak sure di swastanya dipanggil apa, okay, but definitely not salary. I remember this is from my own experience, okay. There is this lady, she's working for OCBC. Right? What I want to tell you is that I'm comparing with khidmat awam dan keraian. Alright, what happens to this lady? A Malay Muslim working for a mainly Chinese organization. She received not less than 1,000 ringgit just for her makeup. Swasta, okay. Kerajaan tak ada can. Kerajaan suruh you pakai duit sendirilah. You nak beli makeup pergi Watson ke, you nak beli kat Shopee ke, but this lady because she will be dealing with customers, okay. So syarikat employer dia menyediakan allowance untuk dia beli makeup. Tapi jangan minta dengan employer you pula, sebab dia ada structure masing-masing, depends on your industry, depends on the company. Alright, of course this is big company, billion-dollar company. Baik, dan yang saya sebut tadi allowance critical, okay. I believe allowance critical bukan untuk semua pejabat awam, depends. Baik, moving on, okay. You want to ask me question please, Nabila? Ada soalan?
So actually, I have a question.
Sure, your own question.
Yes. I heard that in the government sector, the tendency they do a small job scope is higher than non-government. Is that we can grow our passion if we work in government sector?
I don't get the middle part, okay? You were saying that small job. Describe that a little bit.
Example, if in the government, if we work as an accountant, maybe the small job scope is small. Maybe we just use work. The work is to key in or deal with the customer. But when we're in non-government, the job scope is more big.
Okay. Alright, okay. This is specifically on accounting, your example. But now, in general, you can say that in private institution or private organization, private companies, they are based on quality of work. Okay, quality of work. So I'm saying that private sectors, they are more competitive berbanding dengan kerajaan. Okay, more competitive. But when you join government sector, okay, I believe they will be using every kind of management tools and techniques. Okay, macam-macam teknik dia. Jadi dalam government semasa Sejo masuk kerja dulu, senior saya pernah mengatakan begini. Dan kami dalam bidang akademik, okay, dia cakap macam ni. I don't have 30 years of experience. I have 1 year experience repeated 30 times. Jadi dia cakap sebenarnya pengalaman dia bekerja ni mengajar setahun je, tapi dia dah ulang 30 tahun. So masa tu saya terfikirlah, betul tak dia cakap macam tu. But actually that time, because right now he's already retired, okay? He's already retired. I believe he's doing fine. Sihat tubuh badan semua sekali lah. Baik, point saya ialah in government sector, there are things that you have to do. Let's say pegawai yang bawahan tadi, okay? Pegawai pelaksana tadi. Dia masih ada job rotation. Jadi bukannya duduk kat library 30 tahun. Mungkin daripada library, kalau di UiTM ni, you akan ditukarkan di HEP untuk tempoh. Dia adalah kiraan dia, okay, which I cannot tell you. And then lepas HEP, you akan bertugas di mana pula? Maybe you jaga bahagian mana? HEA pula. Alright. Jadi dia ada peningkatan kerjaya, and then you have a bigger understanding of the whole organisation. Tidak hanya memahami bidang kerja anda sahaja. Baik. Alright. Yang tu saya, maybe I will give you one point at the end, okay? So Nabila kena bagi tahu saya bila masa saya masuk minit-minit terakhir. Baik. Alright. Let me move on to other things if I can tell you. Alright. I want to show you, maybe this is not. Okay, by the way, di sini ada contoh, okay. Allowance khidmat awam dan kiraan dia ialah ikut jawatan, contoh. Kadar sebulan, okay. Ini maybe, ya, saya rasa masih terpakai lagi, okay. DG 54, okay. Senior officer, kadar sebulan allowance khidmat keraian dia RM800 sebulan. Which I believe that's a lot. Okay, banyak. Right? And then bantuan sara hidup. Kawasan A, kawasan yang mahal seperti di bandar besar, RM300. Kawasan C, separuh daripada itu, RM150. Okay, kolam. Alright. Next, what else? Okay. Allowance perumahan. Okay. Allowance perumahan dalam nota Sejo ni, DG 54, RM900. Jadi kalau swasta dia tak ada benda ni. Swasta you bayar dengan gaji you lah. Okay. Unless syarikat dia lain daripada lain. Okay. So saya tak tahu semua syarikat di Malaysia. Maybe ada multinational yang provide what do you call that? House assistant. Okay. Maybe you sewa ataupun you beli. I'm not sure about that. Maybe kita tanya panel kita seorang lagi. Baik, moving on. What else can I give you right now? Nabila, berapa minit lagi?
5 minutes, sir.
10 minutes, okay? Maybe I need to go to my... I want you to... definitely, I want you to draw your own conclusion, okay? Conclusion ni macam ni. Satu, if you still remember my earlier stories, okay? Seorang pakcik bertukar tempat kerja, belum disahkan jawatan di majikan barunya, and he had health issues, okay? Health issues. Kalau meninggal lain, isu dia ialah kalau dia tidak meninggal. What happened? And who would take care of the families, okay? So in 5 minutes, first of all, life is full of, terbalik ke tak terbalik ni? Uncertainties. Uncertainties. Kerja kerajaan pun meninggal, kerja kerajaan belum tentu pencen 58, okay? Belum tentu sampai umur pencen 60. Ramai kawan sejauh 40 dah sakit, okay? Sakit ni saya tak sempat nak bincang lah. Sakit teruk, sakit sikit, okay? Sakit sampai tak boleh bekerja pun ada, okay? So uncertainties. Next, wherever you are, you start, you mulakan. Masuk je, okay? Ada apa nak panggil? Interview, you go for that. At least you get experience for how to answer question, okay? How to meet people, how to talk to people. And maybe from that you gain experience of how to talk to people, okay? Saya baru baca baru ni social media, one Chinese lady in Singapore, she went to at least 29 employers and she got no jobs. 29, okay? Physically, online, semua dia buat, okay? Dan still tak dapat kerja, okay? So sebenarnya tajuk kita malam ni, now we are comparing between private sector and satu lagi, government. Dia ada satu lagi, okay? Which is bidang you lah. Enactors, okay? Being an entrepreneur, okay? Menjadi usahawan sendiri. Alright? Jadi perkataan dia lah start, satu lagi. Start from where you are. Start from where you are, okay? Jadi tak perlu tunggu dapat kerja kerajaan dulu baru nak start. You start from where you are. You boleh buat freelancing ataupun kita panggil gig. New economy, okay? Gig. Carilah apa-apa sahaja yang boleh dapat bayaran. Halal. Satu lagi? Legal. Jangan jual ketum pula. Jual ketum dapat banyak duit. Tapi not legal. Nanti kena tangkap. Baik. Okay, what else? Okay, and maybe another word for you, okay? Selain daripada start from where you are, we improvise. Okay? We use whatever tools we have. Skill yang dah ada, pengalaman yang dah ada, okay? In fact, at your current age, umur sekarang 20, 21, even 19, even tingkatan, okay? You can prepare your own resume and curriculum vitae. Dah boleh start tulis dah. Banyak, you ada app sekarang, okay? You ada banyak panduan. And then you can put whatever skill you have, like jadi pengacara malam ni, okay? Baik, itu ialah skill, kemahiran, alright. Next, okay, maybe contoh saya yang awal tadi ekstrim sikit. Leverage your connection. Leverage your connection. Meaning dia, satu lagi perkataan ayat dia. Don't burn the bridges. Don't burn your bridge. Bila you berhenti kerja di satu tempat, jangan cakap tak baik tentang majikan tu lah, okay? Jadi you masih ada connection dengan dia, and you never know where you will get your risk. Rezeki tu datang dari mana kita tak pasti, okay? Kan cerita jadi lambat pula, okay? Ada seorang bekas pelajar, saya dari MRSM, seorang bekas pelajar, dia pergi ke TV3 untuk minta job, adalah, okay, kontrak dengan TV3, dan bila dia pergi interview tu, dia tengok kat pintu manager. Pintu manager tu dia pernah tengok Asma Baizura manager. So actually that's his schoolmate, kawan satu sekolah dia. Jadi bila tengok, wow, nama dia kenal, belajar sekali, satu kelas pula. So that's your connection, okay? That's your connection. Tak guarantee you dapat job, tak guarantee you dapat kerja tu, but at least you can talk from the what do you call that? The platform has been changed, okay? Jadi dia dah berubah lah, okay? So don't burn your bridges. Make sure you jadi orang baik lah, orang baik, okay? So next time orang boleh recommend you lagi lain kali, okay? So ada lagi tak yang saya boleh tambah? Yes. Dalam kerajaan, swasta pun ada, lain sikit dengan kerajaan. Lifelong learning. Lifelong learning. So don't stop with your diploma, okay? Maybe you want to go for a job first after your diploma, but don't stop right there. You boleh ambil short courses, you boleh ambil online courses, okay? And then in government sector, if you want to change your position, sometimes they require you to get a higher education. Jadi Sergio ni pernah mengajar staff telekom, staff angkatan tentera, umur dia dah 53 dah. Jadi dia dah menghampiri umur pencen, but because he need to get qualification so that he can retire with higher salary. So belajar seumur hidup lah, okay? I think dalam Islam pun ada yang tu, belajar sampai ke liang lahat, okay? Even meninggal pun orang masih bagi talqin pada you. Right, baik. Ada lagi tak yang saya boleh tambah? Do not worry about problems already being solved. Jadi kita banyak mikir benda yang betul, boleh kita fikir sebab dia ialah masalah pada kita, okay? Tapi orang lain juga maybe pernah mengalami benda yang sama. Jadi inilah bendanya, kita kena tanya orang lain yang dah ada pengalaman. Alright? Maybe you don't get job from your friends, okay? Or from your seniors, okay? But at least you will hear something that will help you in your later job search. Okay? Untuk kemudian kalinya lah, okay? Nanti banyak pula perkataan dia, okay? So, lagi. Gaji kerajaan tadi start rendah kan? Always live within your means. Ini orang muda payah sikit, okay? Baru gaji 2,500, you beli Honda Accord. You beli Honda Civic lagi cun lah, okay? Alright, lagi menarik, attractive, okay? Don't do that. In fact, saya nak cabar you, you boleh call number phone saya nanti. Next time you go for your school reunion. Pakai tudung lawa tak apa, makeup lawa tak apa. Tak perlu bawa kereta lawa-lawa. Bawa Proton Saga je, okay? Tak perlu glamorous. Pakai lawa tak apa. Bawa handbag lawa, okay? But don't show off your wealth, okay? Don't impress people with your cars, okay? You nak menunjuk you ada kereta baru, kerja you gaji dah 3,800, 4,000, okay? Don't do that. Jadi, saya bangga kalau you boleh pergi reunion, you bawa kereta buruk je, okay? Kereta second hand lah, okay? Kereta second hand. As long as dia sampai lah. Jangan tak sampai pula. So, anything else? Yes.
I think that's it.
Yes, okay? Enjoy your journey, okay? Enjoy your journey. Life is about enjoying your journey. InsyaAllah you niat baik-baik. InsyaAllah you get your dream jobs regardless kat mana pun, private or government sector. Baik, thank you for my part. Continue, Nabila.
Wow, there's a lot of new information for us to take note of. Sir Azizul Azhan had delivered us more than enough about the government and non-government sectors.
Yeah, we have learned a lot and we definitely benefit from the information that he had shared with us today.
It's Q&A time. If you guys are still wondering about our topic, you can ask Sir Joe in the comment section below.
I cannot see anything, Nabila. Make sure you translate to me, okay?
Alright, sir.
Baik.
So, sir, there has a question.
Sure.
So, in your opinion, scale 1 to 10, how secure is the job if we work in these two sectors?
Okay, let me rephrase that, okay? You are comparing between private and government, and which one is more secure?
Yep.
Right, I would give it this way. Companies, they depends on performance. Alright? Company yang besar suatu ketika dahulu, dia boleh tak besar sekarang. Alright? Contohnya seperti AirAsia, Malaysian Airlines, plenty of shopping what do you call that? Retail, okay? Retail industry or hotel, okay? Jadi, how do I say that? In private institution, in private sector, they can lay off people much easier than government sector. Right? You know that it's prolonged COVID cases for 2 years, more than what we expect. Okay, more than what we expected. Dah 2 tahun dah terlebih. So far, no layoff at all with the government sector. Belum ada lagi what do you call that? Layoff bahasa Melayu. Pemberhentian kerja, okay? Pemberhentian kerja sektor kerajaan. Alright. In fact, dalam 2 tahun ini mengikut Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Awam, peningkatan permintaan terhadap pekerjaan kerajaan. Right, dalam 2 tahun, okay? So, selain daripada itu saya kena tambah sikit, okay? Sebab kita nak ringkaskan. Satu lagi, apabila anda kerja kerajaan, dia ada 2 pilihan bila dah confirm, okay? Bila dah dapat pengesahan dalam jawatan. Satu ialah duit simpanan hari tua anda, dia ada 2. Satu, pension. Pension kerajaan bagi apa macam pakcik saya tadilah. Satu lagi, you can opt for KWSP, EPF. Alright, macam you jadi usahawan, kena mencarum untuk staf anda. That's EPF, Employee Provident Fund. Okay, apa cerita dulu ni? Guys, dengar baik-baik. Jika anda terlibat dengan masalah jenayah atau salah laku, contoh, kalau kerajaan, contoh tak berapa baik ni. Kalau kerajaan, masa kerja dulu ambil EPF. Jadi kerajaan masih boleh berhentikan pekerja kalau melanggar undang-undang. Jadi bila berhenti dengan EPF, at least ada duit EPF. Duit EPF tu kita dapat. Tempoh tu bila dapat tu tak tahu. Tapi kalau anda sign dengan pencen, umur 48, songlap duit majikan. No way, hilang terus. Jadi you kena kerja sampai na'udzubillah meninggal dunia lah. Sebab tak cukup duit. Alright, itu ialah sektor kerajaan. Bukan kata tak ada kebarangkalian untuk diberhentikan, masih ada lagi, okey. Selalunya benda yang tak baik ialah jenayah lah. Okay, salah laku atau jenayah. But in private institution, you baik macam mana pun, they can still let you go when you are not competitive or when the company is not doing well. That's what happened when pilots, stewardess, cabin crew become like what? Jual mi soup. Okay, buka gerai burger. Right, within these 2 years. Okay, so private institution depends on the external factors. Okay, keadaan ekonomi. Baik, I think that's answer the question.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, baik.
Sir, there's another student that asked you a question regarding the... Sorry, can you give me a second? In your perspective, which sector is the most flexible, the government or the non-government? And would you mind telling us why?
Alright. Baik. Have you heard of cikgu sekolah ada pusat tuition? Pernah dengar?
Yes.
Pernah. Maybe masa you sekolah dulu. Sekolah cikgu tu sekolah you. Tapi petang malamnya dia jadi cikgu tuition. Ataupun dia tak bayar kerja cikgu tuition. Dia bayar cikgu lain. Cikgu tuition juga. Cikgu sekolah ada kedai makan. Dan lain-lain lah. Okay? Banyak lagi contoh dia. Point being, bila you kerja kerajaan, let's say 8 jam. Okay? Let's say 8 jam. Tidak sebenarnya cikgu. 8 to 5. Ataupun, practically 8 hours per day. Alright? Point being, after your job, you are free to go. As long as you tell the boss. Jadi jika anda ada perniagaan, boleh berdaftar dan sila beritahu majikan. Majikan perlu tahu. Tapi kalau datang mengajar, you buat multi level, okay, jual kukuh, jual causeway, tak apa lagi you jual, okay. By right, that's not acceptable. Tidak dibenarkan sebab menyalahi, okay. Sebenarnya dalam kerajaan ni dah lama dah, kerajaan benarkan kita boleh berniaga pada, I would say, tahap tertentu lah, okay. Dia lebih popular zaman Pak lah, Perdana Menteri Malaysia keberapa tu? Sebelum Najib Razak. Okay? So, zaman tu ada isu ekonomi merudum, jadi kerajaan membenarkan pegawai kerajaan memiliki perniagaan. But, when you are employee of private sector, by right, anything that's taking the time away from your work, even though after your work, okay, sebab dia competitive. I would say that boleh you habis kerja bawa bas, you habis kerja retail store, okay, boleh nak berniaga, tapi selalunya anda terlampau penat, okay, anda ada keluarga yang perlu diuruskan. Jadi I would say government is more flexible on that. This is my personal opinion. You will learn this when you go through it. Okay, bila you dah start kerja, nanti you akan nampak sendiri. Let's say swasta, tidak mustahil anda habis kerja pukul 6, pukul 9 malam belum sampai rumah lagi. And this depends on your where you reside, okay? Di manakah tempat anda tinggal, okay? Kalau kawan sejuk di KL, even di Kuantan, okay? Pukul 6 habis kerja, pukul 8 malam belum garanti ada di rumah. Jadi kita biasa dengar, keluar pagi, anak belum bangun lagi. Balik malam, anak dah tidur dah. Jadi anak hanya jumpa mak ayah dia hujung minggu sahaja. Okay. Kalau kerajaan, you jarang dengar cerita macam tu. Okay. But in private sector, it's I would say quite common. Quite common. Okay. I heard from my Chinese friend, they even send the kids to other people's house for a week. Jadi memang dia jadi weekend parents. Okay. I'm not saying this is to everyone, but it happens. Okay. So jadi you decide what kind of quality of life you want to have. Your life is not just about jobs. You have family to feed, you have parents to take care of, you have responsibility as a Muslim as well. Okay? Tidak hanya semata-mata dengan duit. Okay, lagi satu saya tambah. Ada duit lebih, hanya menyelesaikan masalah, tak ada duit. Jadi kalau you tengok orang kaya, dia ada masalah juga. Okay? I heard of, saya pernah dengar dokumentari Sultan, okay? Ada 2 orang Sultan, waktu yang berlainan lah. Okay? In fact, dokumentari tu masa mereka menjadi agung. Jadi agung tu jawab, saya juga ada masalah peribadi. Jadi saya terkejut lah. So I thought that money could solve lots of problem. Okay? Money could solve all your problem, but actually that's not the case. Alright, baik. I think that's answered the question, Noraini.
I actually have another question.
Sure.
Can I ask?
Sure.
In your opinion, should fresh graduates work in the government or non-government sectors?
Alright, okay. From my perspective, oh lupa nak cakap tadi. Sejo pernah kerja dengan orang banyak kali. Alright. I used to work overseas as well. Saya jadi kuli lah, okay. Mengangkat barang, masuk dalam van. Nak hantar tak boleh sebab saya tak ada lesen memandu, okay. Pernah lah memandu tak ada lesen, tapi salah, okay. Baik, alright. And I also from the family of both, okay. Abang saya pernah membuka klinik, okay. Dia doktor, selepas bertugas di hospital kerajaan. And that's my brother. But then, he had difficulty of managing the clinic, okay. Maybe because of the area where he operated, right. He joined KPJ, private hospital, okay. He joined KPJ after he closed the clinic, closed his shop. Okay, dia join KPJ, jadi dia dah rasa semua, kerajaan, jadi entrepreneur, usahawan sendiri, klinik sendiri, and then menjadi employer, jadi employee, okay, kerja dengan orang, swasta. Jadi, I have been there to help him close the shop, menutup kliniknya, okay, sangat, how do I say that, okay. Terasa di hati lah sebab you invest banyak duit untuk mencantikkan klinik tu, but in the end you have to close shop, okay. And I also want another one. I used to help another sister, okay. Kakak saya ni mungkin background mereka ni bagus dari segi akademik lah masa sekolah. So my sister has a pharmacy in Kuantan. Jadi semasa practical pharmacy tu, practical sahaja, okay. Bukan kerja tetap dengan kerajaan di hospital Kuala Terengganu. Lepas tu she work for Chinese employer, okay, Chinese employer, pharmacy milik bangsa Cina lah, okay, which is very good. You gain lots of experience from that. From her experience, She ventured into her own pharmacy. And now it's been there for like 20 years, 21 years di Kuantan. Okay, very competitive market. But this is what I'm saying. I cannot tell you that you should start with the government. Saya bimbang nanti bila you join government, you suka sangat kat kerajaan. So you are afraid of venturing out. You tak sempat, hilang dah. Okay, we call that kalau kat America we call that American dreams. Menjadi berjaya, guna skill, you become famous, okay, you have your own brand, you create products, you become employer, you have other people working for you, okay. Once you join the government, I afraid that we have word like, panggil apa ni? You become complacent, okay. You become, kita panggil apa ni? Selesa dengan keadaan yang ada. Kita jadi selesa dengan keadaan yang ada, okay. Jadi kita tak berani mencuba benda lain lah. Right? So, to answer that question, masa nak habis, right? To answer that question, okay, tak sempat nak tulis. Follow your passion. Follow your passion. Don't chase pension. Don't chase pension. Jangan kejar duit pencen, kejarlah minat anda. Yang ni yang saya kata tadi, kita mati meninggal bila-bila pun boleh, okay? Jadi jangan kejar duit pencen. Right? Nuraini Suhaila jawab soalan ke tak tu?
Yes, mostly yes.
Yeah, I would say, hopefully, okay, hopefully that helps. Yeah. All right, moving on.
So, sir, I can see that there is no difference in time management. So, do both sector have the same work pressure? I guess yes.
Alright, okay. Baik, saya tak sure you record ke tak record ni. Saya boleh bagi dua cerita dalam kepala Sejo lah. Okay, satu, sudah ada kes medical doctor hospital kerajaan. Nauzubillah, okay. Suicide, okay. It's very bad. Okay. Anyway, he's not a Muslim. He killed himself because of work pressure. Another one, a lady, also in hospital. She is a doctor, okay. Belajar berapa belas tahun nak jadi doktor. She almost killed herself. Dia berada di tingkat 3 atau tingkat 2 lah. Okay, can you imagine pergi ziarah katil pesakit and then tiba-tiba buka tingkap untuk masa tu contemplating on terjun ke tak terjun. Nak terjun rasa takut. Tapi dia macam nak decide dah. Jadi cerita tu sempat dipegang oleh orang lain lah. Okay? Bukan hanya patient yang berada di ward, ada nurse, ada pelawat. Okay? Jadi ada orang sempat pegang dia. So guys, ini tidak berlaku 30-40 tahun yang lalu. Tapi sekarang it's happening. So I would say that in terms of work pressure, it's the same thing. You are expected to perform, okay? Kerajaan pun ya, swasta pun ya. Dan don't be surprised if I tell you this is not good. Ada penjawat awam yang mengalami tekanan mental, okay? If I talk on tekanan mental, there are different categories, okay? Ada tekanan mental yang dia kena cuti, ada tekanan mental yang sudah pun dapat panggil apa ni? Dipanggil apa ni? Doktor sudah pun merawat dia lah. Jadi they are on medication. Dia ada banyak ubat yang dia kena makan. Jadi kalau kalau saya cakap macam tu, perkara yang baiknya ialah kahwinlah dengan pegawai kerajaan. Okay. Mungkin you kerja swasta, tapi at least suami you kerja kerajaan. Okay. Security. But don't marry the wrong person. Okay. Don't marry the wrong man. Sebab kalau kesihatan mental, sebab tu kerajaan ada banyak iklan kesihatan mental di screen sekarang, okay? Di TV, di internet, okay? Sebab apa? Sebab peningkatan sakit mental ni. Jadi tidak semestinya disebabkan oleh pressure kerja. Pressure kerja ialah salah satu kemungkinan penyebab mental pressure. Satunya adalah job pressure tadilah. Mungkin ada masalah lain, we never know, okay? Could be keturunan juga, right? That's not my field, okay? It's under, kita panggil apa ni? Secretary. Baik. So, cari pegawai kerajaan ni. Baik, moving on. Next.
Alright, sir. I think that's the end for our Q&A session.
All right. Okay.
Thank you for sparing your free time doing this with us today.
Okay.
We really hope to see you again in the near future.
Inshallah, inshallah. I thought you have another speaker. What happened?
No, you're the only speaker for tonight.
Saya nak belajar dengan orang yang orang lain dalam lebih kepada sektor swasta lah, okey, sektor swasta. Baik, baik. Thank you. Alright, that's it. Tak ada doa penutup malam ni.
There's no.
Yes.
Alright. Okay. Atira, mana pengarah? Miss Atira. You want to conclude this now?
All right, everyone. It looks like we have finally come to the end. Thank you for spending your night with us. I hope you guys have learned something new from tonight's talk. Don't forget to fill out the attendance and Kemahiran Isaniah form before you leave.
Right.
Have a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. All the best to you. Bye-bye. Regardless of your choice. Assalamualaikum. Thank you.
Thank
Everyone.
you.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.